Hi, I'm Hannah from Room to World Art, and I'm going to talk to you about chakras in birth. So I made myself a Chakras for Birth Toolkit when I was pregnant. Well, it was actually for my husband. I wanted him to have a reference of all the lovely woo-woo things that he could encourage me and remind me to do in birth. And so I made the toolkit for him, really. And now I make downloads for doulas and birth workers and midwives to buy and to share with their clients. And one of the things that I've made is I started making my chakra toolkit in a form for other people to use as a conversation starter. It's not exhaustive, but it's some ideas around why the energetics matter in birth and how we can feel more spiritually connected and guided, and therefore safer to let birth progress as it needs to. So let's start with the root chakra. The root chakra is at the base of your spine, your perineum, and the root chakra is all about safety and security, feeling grounded and connected to the earth, feeling held by Mother Earth. And when we feel grounded and held by the earth, then we can feel safe. And when we feel safe, then our bodies can soften and we can surrender to our own power, of our animal body. So it's very important, extremely important in birth, that we feel rooted and grounded so that we can let go, so we can feel it's safe to let go. So feeling safe and embodied, fully present in our body, is going to help birth to progress, especially when we need to stand our ground and assert our boundaries. And as we feel unsafe, then the hormones of birth won't flow as they need to, and birth can stop. It makes sense that as animals we would have a mechanism for stopping birth if it wasn't safe for the babies to come out. So it's incredibly important that we can find ways to help ourselves feel more emotionally grounded, safe and supported by our Mother Earth. Another element of root chakra for birth is to consider feeling connected to our ancestors and their birthing experiences. And we all go to the earth, back to the earth when we pass away. So that was something I wanted to tap into, that feeling that I had that ancestral spiritual support as well. So let's talk about things to do with the root chakra. So in terms of colour, it's usually red. Red is key. Feeling connected to the earth was something that was important for me. So you can do things like herbal teas, CBD oil or CBD tea. That was something that I used. This company Zephorium makes these beautiful aura sprays and chakra body oils. So I use these in my birth. This is a ruby crystal and ylang ylang. So in terms of aromatherapy, kind of earthy, herby oils are good for the root chakra. And affirmations, I focused mine around safety and being held by Mother Earth, that it was safe for me to let go, that I was supported by the earth, that I'm secure and held, and that it was safe for me to relax. Other tools that we can use for root chakra are yoga poses, which help you to feel connected to the earth. I really love being in child's pose. I find it makes me feel like I'm literally hugging the earth. So if you look up yoga poses for the root chakra, then I found that quite powerful. Also being in water helps us to feel embodied. If you think about the things that they help you to feel present and fully in your body. And when I'm in the bath, I always feel like I'm kind of ground down into the water. So going outside, I had this beautiful ideal of me spending some time labouring in the garden, in child's pose, right on the grass. Didn't quite happen that way, but you can also go out for walks in nature to help yourself feel more connected to the earth. We're actually putting pressure onto your perineum, onto the root chakra area. So doing hip circles on a birth ball, firm massage as well, I think is good. That's something that always helps me feel embodied. Acupressure and grounding visualizations. Lots of people talk about the grounding visualization of imagining roots growing down into the earth. But I always found that a little bit creepy. I didn't like the thought of me growing roots. I'm not a tree. So the visualization I do is I take a breath in, and then as I breathe out, I imagine the energy going down through my root and going all the way down to the center of the earth. And then as I breathe in, I imagine the energy coming all the way back up into my heart. And so I imagine that I like to tie in my visualizations with the breath. But I really see the energy like shooting all the way down super fast, all the way to the middle of the earth and coming back up. And as I breathe in and out, I feel that connection, that I'm held. I can feel it, but I like to bring it back up to my heart and then go back down through my root. So other things you could do for the root chakra, let me check my toolkit. Breath work. Just breath work's good for all of them really, but breath work particularly is going to help get you in your body. And root chakra chanting. The root chakra chant is Lam. And crystals. Always got to have crystals for everything, haven't you? So here's a few: red calcite, snowflake obsidian, garnet, and red jasper. Red and black crystals generally are associated with the root chakra, and they will be associated with grounding, protection, strength and stability, security. So that's the root. So let's talk about the sacral chakra and what that's got to do with birth and what we can do to help look after our sacral chakra energy while we're birthing, to help give us the best outcome and our babies. So for me, for my Chakra Birth Toolkit, my sacral chakra healing was threefold. It was about feeling that I was physically supporting my womb space in order to help my baby to descend and rotate in the way they need to. It was also about the emotional and spiritual connection to my baby in the womb, because the sacral chakra is all about emotion. And it was also for me about the hope that I could experience a pleasurable and sensual birth, feeling connected to my birth partner and to my sexuality, because birth is a sexual event. It starts with sex, and in an ideal world, all our births would be orgasmic, and I believe that they can. So just above your root chakra is your sacral chakra. It's orange, although some people don't think that the colours are what they are, but I like having the colours. I like a rainbow. It's our sacral chakra it's our womb space. It's all about creativity and sensuality and emotions and flow and fluidity. It's quite closely related to the root, and it's very important in pregnancy, in birth. As you know, that's the place where the baby grows and where the womb's doing all the hard work to help the baby out. So in terms of physical womb support, something that's very important is having an active birth. Using I had this lovely vision of me doing ecstatic dance, and really I wanted to just close my eyes, put on some woo-woo music, and then just follow my body's instincts about the ways in which I needed to move to let my baby move down and to rotate in the way she needed to. So dancing and holding on to our partner and swaying, moving on the birth ball on all fours, just following our body's cues about the way in which our babies would like us to move to help them to come out. So active birth, very important. And I would affirm that my baby was working on getting into the best position for her birth, and that every surge was helping her to move into the best position for her, and that every time I was moving, it was giving her the space to get into the ideal position for birth. So I also wanted to focus on my emotional connection to my baby in the womb with both my births. So it was important to me to feel aware of their experience and how my energy was going to be impacting their energy. So I wanted to keep talking to the baby throughout to let them know what was happening. I also really would have loved to have made some expressive womby art during birth, perhaps in the beginning stages. I thought that would have been something really lovely to have afterwards to show my baby. And so we can do womb meditations, like meditating on our baby's experience in the womb. And also other ways to feel more emotionally connected to them. We could write letters to them. We could record video messages. I really liked the idea of having lots of short videos through the birth so that I could make a lovely video at the end of their experience of womb to world. So a meditation that we can try for our womb space is to start in a cross-legged position with your palms facing up at your knees. When your palms are facing up, you're welcoming in energy. And then close your eyes. And as you breathe in, fill your heart and lungs with the colour orange. I like to imagine it like super juicy, a really juicy orange. And then exhale slowly until you're empty of air. Then inhale again, and this time breathe that vibrant orange colour down into your baby's home. And picture it filling it with love, this beautiful orange light. I like to see it kind of pulsating, like a little sun, a lovely orange sun. And I like to affirm that my baby feels safe, my baby chose me for a reason, that my baby and I are working together, and that my baby feels safe because I'm relaxed. I liked that connection. And so thirdly, I wanted to focus on the sensuality, the sexuality, and the pleasure in birth, the potential there is in birth to experience pleasure, and how much sensual and sexual stimulation can help the hormones of birth flow. So I wanted to have lots of kissing and cuddling with my birth partner, self-pleasure, warm bath, lots of things that are going to boost oxytocin and protect oxytocin, like privacy and feeling really comfortable, just surrounding yourself with all the things you like. So some affirmations you could use for that are: my body was made to enjoy birth. I deserve a pleasurable birth. And that my sexuality is sacred and wholesome. That was really important for me. And you could ask your birth partner to give you lots of loving eye contact and reassurance. The sacral chakra chant is VARM. So and vocalizing is so important in birth generally. So it's nice to tie them into the chakras if you're feeling concerned that you're not connected in that way. Some crystals for the sacral chakra. I've got this beautiful sunstone. Sometimes sunstone isn't this orange. I love this colour. This is the colour I imagine. And I've got, oh no, that's the next one. So we talked about the root chakra, we talked about the sacral chakra in our womb space, and now we've come to the solar plexus, which is the one in between the womb space and your heart. And it's our fire. It's our power. It's yellow and zesty and pulsating and glowing and powerful. And it's everything that we need to be when we're going to stand in our own power in birth, and we're going to say, no, I know the decision that's right for me. I make informed decisions. It's, it's what we need to not fall down the path of interventions. It's our centre of confidence and empowerment. And when we feel balanced in our solar plexus, then we feel self-motivated and have a sense of purpose. And so it's very important for birth. It was a big focus for me in my prep. I wanted to feel confident because that's so closely linked to feeling safe, isn't it? So in terms of tools we can use for the solar plexus, we can have, in terms of aromatherapy, I went with lemon. This body oil, also it's got grapefruit oil in, so think zesty, and you can include it in things like aura sprays, roller balls. You could use an essential oil in a diffuser. And in terms of crystals, citrine is a very popular choice for the solar plexus. Also got a lemon calcite and tiger's eye and pyrite. Solar plexus is also associated with abundance. It's that confidence that I've got everything I need. I'm going to get everything I need. I'm empowered. I have enough. So affirmations that I used to support myself with my solar plexus was, I can do hard things. I've done this before and I didn't give up. I am fierce. I liked that one. I'm a survivor. I am strong. I can get through anything. And for me, the solar plexus was, I wanted to focus on feeling emotionally confident and empowered, and also use tools to help me physically feel re-energized or give me courage when I felt tired or disheartened. As well as using lemon essential oil aromatherapy, I also plan to include lemon in my water as an extra yellow kind of lift. And of course, you can always use the colours of the chakras in your healing as well. So you could wear yellow. You could choose to bring yellow flowers into your home. You could paint yourself an affirmation in yellow. So bringing in the colours of the chakras are going to support you as well. The solar plexus chakra chant is Ram, and you can do this basically. Just call on your fire. Don't let anyone take your power. It's yours. It's your birth. You get to decide. So we come to the heart, the middle. So we've got the root, the solar plexus, the sacral chakra and the solar plexus, then the heart in the middle, and then 3 more. So the heart is what connects the physical, the more kind of physical chakras with the more spiritual chakras. That's how I see it. So our heart chakra is our energetic and spiritual heart at the center of our chest, and it's all about love, divine love, unconditional love, self-love, compassion, gratitude, and worthiness. That was an important one for me, that I deserved love and I deserved a safe and healthy birth. With my first birth, it didn't go very well. It's another story, because I've realised why it didn't go very well. So it was very important to me not to carry that trauma into my next birth. And I recognised that when my baby ended up in NICU, that my heart had to close, because I had to get through it. And I still don't feel like it's 100% open again. So this heart chakra work for me was really important for feeling like I was going to be birthing with an open heart. We don't want to be having any constriction in our body or our energy, because our energy affects our physical body. And if I was holding on to any kind of constriction, then I just had this feeling it would interfere with my body's ability to open physically. If we birth with a heart closed in fear, we can't fully surrender to our power. Releasing anxiety will help us to embrace the vulnerability of birth, because it is vulnerable. We don't know what's going to happen. We can't control it. Helping us to feel safe to open, whether that's our heart or our cervix. So some tools that I used for birth were EFT tapping, emotional freedom technique. And you can look that up separately. but I use that even though I insert fear or problem. I love and accept myself completely, and I really do feel like EFT helps to calm down my nervous system, helps me to feel soothed. I use lots of affirmations around it being safe to open my heart, and that my body knows it's safe to open, and that I open myself to birth with love and trust. And heart opening yoga poses are beautiful today. Just kind of think any yoga poses where you thrust your chest forward, basically. So cobra and sphinx, or when you place your chest down on the earth as well. I welcome my baby with an open heart. So in terms of heart chakra, other tools for heart chakra, this is green aventurine. So green is the colour most often associated with the heart chakra, but some people do like to see it as pink or both. I've seen it said that pink is the feminine heart and green is the masculine heart, so I find that interesting. This is my inner child crystal. And this is unakite, which is known as the midwife stone. So I got a mala bead necklace of unakite, which I had close by during birth. Very soothing and loving, helping us to be open to love, open to give love, and open to receive love. This is emerald crystal and jasmine oil, body oil. So jasmine is a nice essential oil for the heart, and also in terms of representing the pink, an obvious choice. Rose quartz. Rose quartz, just you can't go wrong really. You just need loads of it everywhere. It's lovely. It's very soothing. I just like it all the time. All the time. And this body oil is rose quartz and rose oil. Oh, and I know it's more expensive to get decent rose essential oil, but it makes such a difference. It smells totally heavenly. I didn't have rose oil in my birth. If I give birth again, it will definitely have a lot of rose in it. My healing birth was kind of crown chakra themed, so everything was purple, but we'll get there. So pink. Oh, affirmation. I am lovable. I am worthy. I deserve this. I deserve this to be beautiful. Those are all important. Oh, and the heart chakra chant is Yam. So now we come to the throat chakra. This was a really important one for me because I've got a lot of conditioning and trauma from my childhood around not expressing myself, and I imagine that the majority of other people do as well. My self-expression as a child was not wanted. It was invalidated and dismissed. It was too much. Nobody wanted to hear me. And that's a big problem if we're going into birth feeling like we can't speak our truth, that it's not safe to express ourselves, that we need to not be a bother, we don't want to be too much. That's a recipe for having a birth where you don't feel empowered, where you don't feel safe to speak your truth, and where you don't feel safe to make noise. Because birth is noisy. We can't keep it inside. I mean, we could, but if we're holding our voice inside, we're holding our sound and our song, and we're holding our ideas and our feelings, and we're not letting them be expressed, then that's constriction. And constriction isn't, it's not going to let the energy needs to flow. Our emotions need to flow. Oxygen needs to flow. Everything needs to flow. So if we want to say something, we've got to say it, especially in birth. So there's a powerful energetic link between the throat chakra and the cervix. And when our throats are relaxed and open, our cervix follows. Chanting or singing during pregnancy and birth are really beautiful practices for creative expression. Speaking our truth clearly is vital for having our needs met. And we definitely need that in birth. expressing ourselves freely through sound in labour is a potent way to connect with your body and open to the expansive surges of birth. I was told that it sounded like I was singing my baby out. At the time I thought, I'm being really noisy, and then afterwards the midwife said it was beautiful. So I'm glad about that. I'm glad that I'd healed to the point where I just sang her out and was as loud as I felt like I needed to be. So affirmations for the throat. I am authentic. I am expressive. It is safe to make noise. I asked my husband to keep reminding me to relax my jaw and drop my shoulders. I'll try and keep this whole area soft and relaxed. If we hold our jaw tight, we hold our throat tight, then that tightens our pelvic floor as well. It's good to make noise. It's safe to express myself. I asked my husband to remind me to make low sounds as I breathed out. Although actually right at the end as I was birthing her, it went quite high, but that just followed my instinct. Relaxing my throat helps me to open. So, this beautiful body oil is infused with aquamarine crystal energy, and it uses neroli oil, which smells lovely. I speak my truth with courage and integrity. And an example of some crystals that you could use to support your energy are sodalite and lapis lazuli, which I love. It's so gorgeous. It's like looking at the universe, isn't it? And what else? The throat chakra chanting is Harm. A good yoga pose for the throat chakra is cat-cow with lion's breath. Just think of things that are going to open your throat. Any poses which are going to be exposing your throat out, being open like your throat. Other crystals I really like for throat chakra are amazonite and aventurine. Face and neck massage. We had that on our list. My husband gives me jaw massages anyway because when I'm stressed out I grind my teeth. So we planned in some facial and throat massages and shoulder massages. So be noisy and wear blue. You don't get many blue flowers naturally, but you could bring blue colours into your birthing space in other ways to remind you that it's safe to express yourself. It's safe to be authentic and speak your truth. And it's important. The third eye is about psychic awareness and the clair senses, the other things like clairvoyance. There being more to life than what we necessarily, most of us, can see. So for me, following my intuition was very important for birth. I wanted to feel like I was listening to my body and my instincts and my energy, and also spirit guides, angels, my spiritual ancestors. I really wanted to try to open myself to that kind of support and guidance and awareness. I saw a beautiful painting of a woman birthing, surrounded by all her spiritual ancestors, and I really loved that concept that I wasn't alone, that they would all be there with me, kind of spiritually holding me. I think that's a really powerful image. So our third eye is our home of our intuition and our ability to see clearly. Pregnancy can be a time of psychic awakening for some people. Visualization is important when it comes to birth, and a yoga pose that you could use to help with third eye balancing is child's pose, connecting your third eye to the earth. And some affirmations that I used were that I can trust my instincts. I'm safe to follow my intuition. that I'm supported and guided by my spiritual ancestors. I'm connected to wisdom and light, that I can trust my feelings and let go of resistance, that it's safe to let down my barriers to spiritual awareness, and I release doubt and welcome faith. Some crystals that we can use to support our third eye. Labradorite, one of my favourites. It matches my hair, so I feel like me and Labradorite are friends. I've heard other people call it Labradorite. I don't know which one's right, but I'm just going to stick with the one I know. This lapis lazuli third eye body oil uses the frankincense essential oil. I see the truth. My future is calm. My past is healed and released. For clarity and vision. So that's lovely. And the third eye chakra chant is Om. And meditating, breath work, candle gazing is something I really enjoyed to help me kind of get into my head, my energy head, and out of my body. It depends what you feel like you need in the moment. Something else I used was I had this beautiful motherhood oracle deck. So I included that in my birth. I wanted to feel like I was doing practices which would welcome me to support from other areas. That if I was drawing cards from an oracle deck, it would be an opportunity for my spiritual guides to nudge me in the right directions. I think it's important that we're open to more than we can necessarily see. We've made it all the way to the top, and now let's talk about the crown chakra. The crown chakra is actually just above your head, to give it like a halo. You can picture it as purple. Some people will prefer to picture it as being white or clear, but I like purple, so I went with that. And I decided that I was planning a crown chakra healing home birth, so everything was purple. We had purple lights and purple flowers and lots of purple paintings, and I had a purple dress. I got this lovely purple flowy gown, a purple flower crown, and there was amethyst everywhere and lots of lavender essential oil. I made a crown chakra cake with little purple pregnant goddesses on it. I made myself some little pregnancy goddesses and painted them purple. So everything was cosmic and purple. And the reason why is because I wanted to focus on the fact that the universe loves me and wants me to have a beautiful birth. And also the fact that I can trust in the journey. So even if I don't really understand why it's going the way it's going, it's not because I'm not loved and supported. An image that was really important to me in my birth preparation was this. This was the first little picture I did because I couldn't find anything like this anywhere. And I really hung on to this idea of during birth, your energy opens at the crown to connect you to the divine, to the universe, and to draw down like the cosmic power and to be held by the divine, because we are spirits in a physical body. And then also that the energy would be flowing down into the earth at our root. So we're connected and we're held both physically to the earth and loved by the earth, and also held and guided by the divine. So I had I am divine all over my house, and I made myself a really big version of this, which was big enough that I put the chakra symbols on it, and it's still hanging in my living room. I could tell that it was important for my birth prep, that I was going to be focusing on the fact that I could trust the journey. And that, yes, my birth didn't go very well the last time, but it needed to be that way for whatever reason. And I might not completely understand, but it doesn't mean that I can't trust. So the crown chakra opens to receive divine support, and we can help that with purple and sparkles. I really loved this incense, this Angel of Love incense. I find a lot of incense a bit too stinky, but I would like one of these every time I did my prenatal yoga. I had this beautiful purple crown chakra ritual candle that we lit at the beginning of birth. I really wanted to include ceremony and ritual, and we did a rune witchery spell kit to bring in positive intentions for birth. I wanted to feel like it was going to be really woo-woo, and I thought that would help me to feel safe, because when I feel connected and held by the universe, then it makes me feel safe. So anything that's going to make you feel spiritual, really. So doing ecstatic dance, doing visualizations, actually visualizing your energy field expanding at the crown as your surges intensify, opening you to that cosmic power, and picturing your red root energy holding you into the earth safe, because the earth loves you and the universe loves you. So actually you can just let go. Other things I did were, lots of these purple paintings about how I'm really divine. Lots of amethyst. I got a really cool amethyst crown. It looked like amethyst teeth. And this is my favourite of these chakra body oils. It smells amazing. It's with lavender oil and it's infused with amethyst crystal energy. My thoughts create reality. I connect to my highest wisdom and manifest a peaceful, calm world. So I'd recommend this to every pregnant person, because it's amazing. Lavender is beautiful just for every situation, isn't it? And also, sorry to turn my back on you, also clear crystals such as selenite and clear quartz are associated with the crown chakra. When I picture my energy, I don't see it as bright white like meditations often say. I picture mine all sparkly and gold, like I'm in a snow globe. Sometimes rainbow. You've got to do what feels right for you. So you could get lots of purple flowers. You could have. I had a cosmic purple bath. I got this really sparkly purple bath bomb, and just do the stuff that makes you feel good. Having a crown chakra themed birth was exciting to plan. It made me feel like my birth was something to look forward to, not something to be feared in case it went wrong, like the last one. So, and affirmations. The universe is supporting me. I deserve a spiritual, pleasurable birth. Life loves and supports me. Every surge expands my energy and connects me to the universe more. As my surges get stronger, so too does my connection to the universe. I am going to have an amazing spiritual birth. Which I did. It was a little bit surprising, not what I was expecting, but definitely divinely guided. And I can totally see now that the universe led me to make the decisions and meet the people and do the things I needed to do to get me the healthy, unmedicated birth that I wanted. It was just in a very strange, twisty, turny way. And that's why I wanted to have faith in the universe and the journey. And I trusted my instincts to make unthinkable decisions. But actually, that's what led me to have the birth I wanted. So, thank you very much for watching. Just to add at the end, I'm not a doctor. Don't do things I've said without checking with your health provider and, with your own intuition about what's right for you. I can't be held responsible for your decisions. And this isn't exhaustive. There's loads more stuff we could do. But this is just some things that I found helpful and I enjoyed including as part of my birth preparation. Let me know in the comments if you've done any of these things, if you included chakra healing and balancing in your birth, whether you think you'd like to in the future, and if you like any of the paintings you can see, then I've got lots of things available on my website. It's wombtoworldart.com. Thanks very much for watching my first video. Bye!